Wherever you live in the world, I hope you had a very good Christmas. I know that it was very different for us. I'm not sure what it was like for you, but for us it was very quiet. It did seem very strange without family and friends. But I would like to thank all of you for your Christmas messages. I am very humbled by the fact that I've had so many messages from around the world. When I first started making the videos, basically I did them for myself. I was self-review, and it was also something that I thought the grandchildren might like to see at some stage, as a record of what their grandfather had been doing. But as I think I've said before, I was encouraged to start the channel and to post them on there. And I'm really surprised that my little videos are acknowledged by different people all over the world. I don't have a super large following, but I do very much appreciate all those of you that do follow my videos, and also now very pleased. I'm delighted with the number of people that have started to email me telling me a little bit about themselves. I think in this situation I tend to share who I am and what I think and bits and pieces about me, but it is really nice to know what your backgrounds are, and to get your feedback from the various videos that I've made. As I said, it's very strange not to have had the contact with the children and the grandchildren, but courtesy of FaceTime and other various social media methods, it was nice to see what they were doing, and to share with them. It does seem very strange that the little ones should be talking about pandemics, face masks, viruses, mutations, social distancing as a matter of course. And as I implied in the last video, it's a shame, I think, that some of the things that we used to do as a school tradition haven't happened this year, but who knows what 2021 has in store for us. Last week I promised you a roundup of 2020 as it was for me. Little did we know this time last year exactly what 2020 was going to be for us. In many ways I'm sure it's a year that we would like to forget, but I'm sure that it is going to be one that will stay in our memories forever. 2020 started wet. The runway was waterlogged, and the river's overflow channel ensured that the village didn't flood. Having said that, there was plenty of water and it was flowing very fast. Eight weeks later, and not only did we have yet another storm, but we went into the first national COVID lockdown. We were in Lake Bala when these winds hit with 85 knot gusts. We did try to find different ways to get back home. Unfortunately, everywhere we went was the same. So we had to turn back, go across the top of the pass again and head off to the A5. But even that was underwater. I was very pleased to be asked to be part of Yulma's YouTube pilot's coronavirus message. Still in lockdown and with social distancing in mind, I asked Dad about his wartime experiences for the Victory in Europe episode.
During the war, we as children had to go to and help on the farm, and I was especially pleased and quite proud when at harvest time, when all the farm workers got harvest rations that they gave me harvest rations as well.
I did give the rest of the video to him with reminders of our D-Day special day at Duxford, his repeat flight, and a flight that we made together.
But I intend to come back now left. We're over the top of the university.
I don't think I've ever been over the top of that before.
No, a whole lot of new accommodation building down the side here. And we're over the top of the barrier now. What I was fairly interested in doing was trying to get that camera angle. I've been talking about the railway last couple of flights. Yeah.
I just had to include this one as it was people's favourite video coming into land. What I didn't realise is that it was actually going to turn out to be a fairly close call. And again, and I'll turn this one slow motion after a little while, because I was kneeling down I couldn't just step back out of the way, so judging in the viewfinder that things were getting a little bit close, at the very last moment I did a little bit of a parachute roll and cleared out of the way. We finally came out of that lockdown, and this was just a glorious evening flight, and it was just so great to be back in the air.
And this is the bit of beach that they usually ride on. There is a horse there, but it's not ours. There are some boxes there. I can't actually see our box.
With restrictions, I didn't get to fly to many places, but I did manage to get to Headcorn in order to see Mike's Airedale.
Mike's takeoff.
Okay.
In last week's video I flew down to Headcorn in order to see Mike and his freshly restored Beagle Airedale. This was only his second flight in his new pride and joy.
South End radar, Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel.
Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel, South End radar, pass your message.
Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel is a Jodel DR 1050, just airborne out of Headcorn, returning to Nayland and requesting zone transit from Sheerness through your overhead and out to Colchester. Golf Echo Hotel.
I wanted to have a look at all of the EasyJets that were parked up on the apron due to the pandemic. I love flying to events and fly-ins, but the Stowe Morris Wings and Wheels Day was the only one I got to this year.
1012 advisory.
1012, Golf Echo Hotel.
Good morning, Tim.
Morning, Nigel.
St Mary's Radio, good morning, Golf Bravo, Whiskey November.
Golf Echo Hotel, late final.
Roger, Echo Hotel.
Juliet Bravo, final contact months ahead.
Juliet Bravo, Roger, Echo Hotel, run right to the end and then pick up the taxiway.
St Mary's radio, Golf Kilo Zulu joining overhead for 20.
Golf Kilo Zulu, Roger.
Queuing up to pay the landing fees. I did experiment with different camera positions, and I was very pleased with the new mount which locks onto the tie down point, and it gives these great shots. One of the highlights of the year was without doubt my flights with Adam. He'd never experienced anything like our grassroots flying. Just before lockdown, I finally got to fly with Adam. That's Adam Golding, whose YouTube channel Private Pilot Vlogs I've been pleased to give a couple of shout outs to. We are trying something that I'm not aware that any other flying YouTubers have done, and that is to produce independent films from the same film stock. In this video we fly the nearest we can to a circuit at Neyland. I wanted him to experience a takeoff on the hill and a landing before we set off on a longer flight. We haven't compared notes, so it's just one circuit, 5 cameras, 2 pilot YouTubers and 2 different films. For those of you watching this as part of your normal Friday morning routine, Adam publishes his for 7 PM, so check that out later this evening. I'm just going to catch your reaction when we get to the very top of the hill.
It's coming up. And it is quite a drop. Let me know. I should have brought my skis, I think.
This is probably the closest I want to get to doing some bush piloting.
Yeah.
You know, the missionary bush pilot.
Yeah. Oh, we are going down the hill. We are quite heavy.
I know.
Because we're virtually full fuel.
And you've got me on board as well, so.
Well.
That's quite an experience down the hill.
I don't look for a sterile cockpit, but I'm usually talking. In fact, sometimes when I'm by myself, I do more talking.
I know.
I just feel I need to sort of.
It's good though. It's good to explain what you're doing to yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
So this is a strange approach for me.
Yes.
Normally I wouldn't be aiming at a hill.
But you'll notice that as you get to the trees, you then lose beyond.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting to the point now whereby you haven't got the top of the hill from about now, really. You might have because you're a bit taller.
Wow, perfect.
Okay, they have to be a little bit firm, unfortunately, but it's a bit like having to catch the arrestor hook.
That's perfect. Fantastic.
I did experiment with one more camera position, which, like the Underwing camera, did give some very good video. And that brings us to the end of a whistle-stop review of 2020. Difficult to pick from the 55 videos, that's 17 hours of viewing, but hopefully you enjoyed the reminder, or maybe made you want to go back and check something that you hadn't seen. I have put a title underneath each of the videos, but I will end this section with my last flight of the year.
That looks pretty good. Go on, I got it.
I'm trying to put a star on the top.
On Boxing Day we were put into the new Tier 4. This UK COVID category is effectively a stay-at-home order and was served on London and most of the South East. The new virus mutation is causing major concerns with rising infection numbers and hospital cases. This has now been followed up with another order which sees yet more of the country turning red as they go into Tier 4. Who knows what this will mean for the new year, but let's hope that the vaccines can eventually bring about some sort of normality. In my small way, I'm very proud and pleased to be part of the YouTube flying community, and I'd like to thank Yilma for including me in his Christmas special.
By Tim Palmer. Yeah, that's the guy Adam referred to as well. That was Jodel Flyer, is the aviation YouTube channel of Tim. He was a former teacher and now he flies in his Jodel 1050, DR 1050, and he shares every single week, hell or high water. Every single week there's a video of Tim. You can synchronize your clock to it. He never misses one of his release dates. And yeah, he wrote me an email, not really as a questionary answer kind of style. So I'll try in my best English to read it to you guys. Hi Olmer. As you know, it has been a very strange year without much flying. I really enjoy attending fly-ins and meeting up with people, but these have not been happening this year. It is the first year in a long while that we haven't been able to cross the channel to the continent. On a personal level, I feel quite proud of the fact that I have been able to maintain my unbroken weekly upload challenge throughout this very unsettled years. Yeah, kudos. I really don't know how you manage, but he does. Like all of you, I'm hoping that 2021 will bring with it more flying and a chance to visit a lot more new places. As far as YouTube is concerned, there are many great flying channels offering a wide selection of flying. And I'm pleased to be a part of the aviation YouTube family. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel it. It's just one big community, and then there's not a lot of awful competition between a lot of aviation YouTubers. So that's nice. I did really enjoy flying with Adam. Yeah, there you go. Private Pilot Vlogs, the guy I just mentioned, and giving him an experience of our grassroots flying. It was a great day's flying, but also very interesting to chat about our joint project where we shared the video materials we took and produced our own uploads. So they shot footage and they each came with their own episode. And it was really funny to see also for me personally as a content creator that it's all about post-production. One thing I do say is that I will always leave a comment when I watch a video, and he's right about it. He never misses one of my videos as well. I don't know if it's the teacher in me, but I think it's only right to acknowledge the effort people put in, and a like is great, but it isn't signed as such. So what he's basically saying is that it's just when you really like the content someone else is putting out, it just takes a lot of effort, a lot of time, and how nice it would be to just receive a comment and not only the bitch you want.
Subscribe and leave a comment.
Yeah, and also hit the like button, of course, but it's just a really quick index. But so yeah, I totally agree with that. And good luck with the Christmas video, and have a great festive break. Well, thank you, Tim. But thank you very much for your nice email. But just as last week's video came out on Christmas Day, this week's video, all being well, will come out on New Year's Day. So 2021 has already started, and who knows what that's got in store for us. But what I would say to you is I wish you all a very, very happy New Year, and probably more importantly, I wish you a very healthy New Year.